In case some people don't know what IPOB is fighting for and what they stands for, here is what it is. For those of you who keep on calling IPOB a terrorist organization, now thunder go punish all of una. Thunder now go punish all the Yoruba bastards and the so-called northerners. IPOB stands for an ideological based movement of an indigenous people marching to freedom. I repeat, IPOB represents an ideological based movement of an indigenous people that are marching to freedom. In case you don't know, I know it now. Anyway, my wonderful people, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are hearing me from. Happy New Day. It shall be well with all of us. Don't forget our challenge, our survival challenge. I initiated it at least to show a kind of solidarity and support to our leaders who have been taking bullets for us on daily basis. One, hashtag Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will live long. Hashtag Simon Ekpa, you will live long. And hashtag Dr. Ngozo Rabeze, you will live long. Hashtag to all the genuine Biafrans out there on our life will never be terminated at your tender age, and so shall it be. So let's go straight to the reason why we're here this morning. There's no time to take time. Gunmen kill police constable, abduct ASP in Imo checkpoints. Attack. Why I bring this news is because tomorrow night you will hear IPOB do this. But they don't report it now. Say gunmen, but go to TVC, you will see prescribed IPOB group abducted a police officer. Go to channel group, you will hear this. Go to what do they call him again? This VOP, Voice of the People Radio. The owner of that Voice of the People, as an Igbo man, you will see prescribed indigenous people of Biafra abducted a police officer. That is where they always get strength. But let not dwell on that. Let us focus on the main issue, which is the independence of the state of Biafra. Video, Bandit leader Bello Tunji surrenders, says enough of the killings. Bello Tunji surrenders. My brother, they don't go promise this guy now to give him either 2 or 3-star general for him to surrender. Don't. Nigeria is a terrorist organization and a terrorist state. I don't know why. It be like say US now, they're also supporting terrorism. How long will it take them now to sanction Nigeria or put them as CPC, country of Pacific, country of special concern? Huh? Oh, no problem. Trying to claim rich when poverty radiated his family. APC chieftain Eze last weekend. Weekend is a trending topic now, telling people how rich his father is. But people who know this guy is from a stinky, wretched family. Politicians who will never answer questions are being thrown to them. Wike, how do you buy those roads and houses everywhere? My father is a commander of, manager of many companies. How do you make your money? I'm going to school with Mercy Benz. Somebody who trekked to school all his life. Liars from the pit of hell. I beg, if you get this message, help me drop your opinion in the comment section and make sure you subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos coming your way. Okay, let us hit the ground running. Fellow Biafrans, friends of Biafra and lovers of freedom. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, as a mass movement of the great and resilient people of Biafra, have withstood the most brutal smear campaign from the lawless Nigeria government. Their external sponsors and recruited local agents, provocateurs, despite all the atrocities, state-sponsored killings of members, and criminalization of self-determination quest, IPOB remains focused on yielding to distractions and noise. IPOB strategically waits for time for vindication and victory. A victory that assuredly stems from the 4 cardinal points upon which the movement was rooted. We must be without fear before our enemies. We must speak the truth at all times. We must speak the truth always, even if it leads to our death. We must help the poor and those who cannot help themselves and be of good character, that God Almighty may love us. These immutable qualities have made the last 10 years of relentless attacks and the aftermath of the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu financially exhausting for Nigeria, a needless budget that hemorrhaged the national purse. It is now clear to the Nigerian government and her handlers that though they have break Nigeria's central bank, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not retreat because he is incorruptible and destructively stubborn. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has replicated himself in multitudes within the structure he founded. The Directorate of Saboteurs, DOS, of the indigenous people of Biafra is the central command of that structure, and the Biafran worldwide know that this structure must be protected by all means necessary and also at all cost. The protection of the DOS guarantees the protection of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This protection ensures that IPOB sustains the quest for self-determination, restoration of Biafra, justice and freedom. These points represent the core principles and objectives of the indigenous people of Biafra, a self-determination group aiming to restore a previously established independent Biafra nation under Dim Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. IPOB has crossed the Rubicon. There is no turning back until a referendum is conducted and the will of the Biafran people expressed. Moving forward, Nigerian government is running a race against time. Supposing the government did not invade the country home of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2017, perhaps the negotiations going on with the governors of Southeast would have ushered in a new dawn. However, as is always the case with Nigeria, they squandered the opportunity just the same way and manner they did in Abori Accord. Regrettably, after killing over 5 million Biafrans in an avoidable war, more than 50 years after what historians have described as one of the world's most devastating war, political demand for a regional government is a campaign topic every 4 years. This IPOB will humble the claimants of Nigeria and restore the dignity of Biafrans. All the sitting operations of Nigerian government intelligence community have become a blessing in disguise. These operations have rallied the base of movement to her pre-2015 common ground. Biafran have turned out emotionally toughened. In conclusion, any ideological-based movement must be in charge of their emotions. They must be able to decode when the enemy is playing an emotional mind game. They must choose their battle by rejecting manufactured battles aimed at making them lose focus, thereby losing a war. This is what IPOB have consistently done perfectly. Biafrans must be vigilant because we are marching to freedom and the enemy is engineering confusion. As our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will always say, we have crossed the Rubicon and freedom beckons, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. Government key police constable abduct ASP in Imo checkpoint attack. Unknown gunmen have reportedly killed an officer of the Nigerian police force in Imo State. Reports obtained by Nigeria News on Monday revealed that the tragedy struck on Sunday morning when the assailants attacked a police checkpoint along the Okigwe-Umuahia Road in Okigwe local government area, killing a police operative and leaving another missing. The assailants, suspected to be members of the Isiam proscribed secessionist group, they didn't mention them here, reportedly made away with rifles belonging to the officers. You call them unknown gunmen. And then you come and said they are suspected to be a members of the prescribed secessionist group. Who prescribed them? Anyway, let us just leave it that way. He didn't say a prescribed terrorist. He said a prescribed terrorist group. Okay. According to Premium Times, source disclosed that the attack occurred around 9 a.m., catching the officers on duty off guard. The slain officer was identified simply as Oluebube, a police constable, while the missing officer was named as Casimir, an assistant superintendent of police, ASP. The attackers reportedly overpowered the police officer at the checkpoint, killing the constable and disappearing with the ASP under unclear circumstances. As of Monday morning, the senior officer remained unaccounted for. The media also reported that shortly after the attack, a secessionist group known as the Biafra Liberation Army claimed responsibility in a video posted on X. In the said video, an unidentified man believed to be a member of the group was seen reporting the incident to an unnamed leader, whom he addressed as the Major General of Biafra Liberation Army. He displayed 2 rifles allegedly seized from the attacked officers and confirmed the killing of 1 operative. Investigations revealed that the Biafra Liberation Army is a militant wing of the autopilot faction of the indigenous people of Biafra, led by Simon Ekpa, a Finland-based agitator currently facing terrorism-related charges in the Nordic country. Wahala Otipoju. I said Wahala Omegiri Otipoju. Okay, police confirmed the attack and launched investigation. Confirming the attack, the Imo State Police Public Relations Officer Henry Okoye described the gunmen as members of the outlawed IPOB and East Arm Wing, the Eastern Security Network. The other one is reporting and saying that they are Biafra Liberation Army. This one now, Henry Okoye now is reporting there for them to be Eastern Security Network, outlawed group. They didn't tell you they have concluded an investigation. Oh. Hey, God have mercy. Okay, an intense operation is ongoing to fish out the miscreants suspected to be members of the IPOB and ESN. Okoye, a deputy superintendent of police, DSP, told journalists on Monday. He said the command was aware the video circulating online, adding that it was further evidence of the group culpability. One thing I can assure you is that whenever a police officer is killed, the individuals responsible must face the wrath of the law. We must get them. It is just a matter of time, Okoye vowed. Nigerian News report that at 9:30 a.m. on Monday, DSP Okoye said there was no update on the whereabouts of ASP Kashmir. He said it was still unclear whether the officer had been abducted or had fled the scene during the attack. We are leaving no stone unturned. We are working with intelligence sources and local vigilantes in the area to ensure he is found and those responsible are brought to book, he added. Sunday's incident adds to the growing number of violent attacks on social personnel and government facilities in Nigeria's southeast, where armed groups agitating for Biafra have repeatedly clashed with law enforcement agencies. The IPOB, which has declared a terrorist organization by the federal government in 2017, has continued to operate in various forms despite the ban, with splinter groups like the autopilot faction gaining notoriety for more radical tactics. Meanwhile, the residents of Okigwe and surrounding communities have been urged to remain vigilant and report suspicious activities as police operations intensify in the region. Bandit leader Bello Tuji surrender, says enough of the killings. Notorious bandit leader Bello Tuji has called for peace as he expressed his willingness to surrender alongside his foot soldiers. In a viral video online, Bello Tuji said enough of the killings of the innocent masses, which he claimed were carried out by government agents in the name of bandit attacks. He noted that his surrender does not mean he and his members are being overpowered, but rather a call for peace, cohabitation with farmers and residents in the region. We are calling on the incumbent administration to understand that the agents it is sending to kill innocent people in the name of bandits is not a good thing, Tuji said in the trending video. We are calling on the Zamfara state and federal government for peace. Enough of the killings. The terrorist kingpin added, we urge the government to compensate those affected and embrace peace with the herders and farmers. Let's all embrace peace. We are calling for peace, not because of the speculations that we are being overpowered. We are only surrendering for peace to reign and to return to peaceful cohabitation between farmers and herders. We call on fighters across the bushes to sheath their swords and embrace peace. Below is the video of Bello Tunji announcing his readiness for peace.
An shiga damuna lafiya insha Allah muna kowa godiya a wannan yanayi da muke cikin insha Allah na wasu kwanaki da muka tsinci kanmu na yanayin dai ga mu da yanayi ne insha Allah ta'ala na yanayin yaƙi saboda mutanen da ba su tsoron Allah.
So the voice you just heard now is the voice of Bello Tunji. I cannot play the video to the end because it's a 4-minute video. If na English they speak there or he spoke there, I would have said, okay, let my people listen to it. I know most of my viewers and listeners, my audience, some people understand Hausa the same way I do. But we have better things to do than to listen to this crap because they don't call them now say make it surrender. They don't promise them 2-star or 3-star, and they will send them now as a GOC commanding officer in either Enugu or Wawa Barracks, or Rivers or Anambra State, where they will continue their killings. Okay, trying to claim rich when poverty radiated his family, APC chieftain Eze blast Nyesom Wike. A chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Eze Chukwuemeka Eze, has accused the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Nyesom Wike, of making false claims in a recent interview. Nanyados record that Wike, during an interview on Channels Television, claimed he is from a wealthy background and attended school driving in a car, unlike his former boss, Rotimi Amechi. Wike also accused Amechi's wife, Dame Judith, of receiving 4 billion naira monthly from the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, to train Niger Delta women. He vowed to resign as FCT minister if the forensic audit report on NDDC is made public and does not indict Amechi's wife. Reacting to the claims, Eze, in a statement on Monday, said Wike only presented falsehood about his past exposure to the public, thereby ridiculing himself. According to him, Wike's family lived in poverty and his father's friends helped pay his school fees. Eze stated that Amechi made the most significant error in his political journey by encountering Wike and assisting him to be a local government chairman, appointing him as his chief of staff and recommending him for a ministerial appointment. He said trying to claim how rich his father was when poverty that radiated his family was as strong as the direct ray of sun is denying his background. His father, if alive, will be disappointed in this or in his act of self-denial to justify his lavish living with public funds, not minding that his father disowned him because of his character, and if not for his friends, fathers who assisted him by paying his school fees, Nigerians would have been spared of having such a charlatan in public service. In his futile attempt to castigate Amechi's wife, who had genuine dealings with the NDDC, one is forced to ask whether Wike's wife is fit for exalted position of a judge, which she holds, given that sleeping daily in the same room and on the same bed with a character like Wike will definitely affect her sense of judgment in the delivery of justice. This business of court is a noble one, and the background of a judge shapes his or her sense of judgment. As governor, Wike's biggest legacy is the destruction of all major policies and projects set up by Amechi's government for the betterment of Rivers State and her people. The agricultural setup that would have taken care of the food challenge currently facing Nigerians was destroyed. The educational sector and scholarship set up by Amechi to Rivers State, a hub for human development, was also destroyed by the same Nyesom Wike. Anyway, my people, a lot of messages are here, and I cannot continue giving you all this without not having a break. So let us just call it a break here. We are coming back again with another big plus. So just make sure you share this video, you like, you comment, and subscribe. Your opinion matters a lot on this very video. Have a nice day. And may the good Lord continue to bless us all. Okay, Messiah.